just so comfortable. I hope that you just feel it all too. Cause girl, you're comfortable, let's go. Feel so good just when I roll through. And I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the Kodak. Baby, I'm with you if you gon' be down. Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. I hope that you just feel it all too. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Cause girl, you're comfortable. It just feels so good just when I roll through. I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. That's true. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the Kodak. I don't know what you do. Yeah. Let me get you on the Kodak.
Welcome one and all to another amazing night here in Tranquility.
We absolutely are in for a treat of a match here tonight, no question about it.
And the grenades from Pompu eliminate everybody on the field.
Now I'm between something as well is going to be applied as a death block them, and it's going to be huge. Fighting three.
The double kill with the Bastion ulti? Alright, I see you guys.
For B-Well, look to find a stick there, finds the stick, they find two with it!
Those who find the picks will save the fight, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
And Cam with the four-man punch off the map!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Season 10, Season X, or whatever else means 10. It starts here tonight with the Galactic Penguins versus the fire-breathing rubber duckies. My name is Dexatron. I am joined by Nighthawk tonight, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Man, I'm doing great. Bowsy now has to come try to find where I live. That is fun. But I've been looking forward to this now for a long time. Season 10 of Tranquility is starting tonight, and I imagine every other team is ready to go.
Yep. First official season of only Overwatch 2. Last season was a split because Overwatch 1 was still up until October, but this will be the first season where we're in 5v5 for the whole season. And this, I don't know if there's like a little thing I know. This is what Chovy called the Bird Bowl because both teams faced each other in Season 8 a couple of times. I think this is the fourth meeting of FBRD and Galactic Penguins.
Hey, I mean, there's already a couple people in chat right now saying this is the battle of the birds, and hey, they already have a little bit of a history. That's a good start for us here tonight.
Yep, and both rosters look really strong. GP did lose their flex support Adama, but they did recently acquire a new flex support, Luna. She formerly was a hit scan player for Thunder Duckies last season, so she is on a new role this season.
Hey, leaves one Duckies team, goes to another. But, I mean, other than that, like, what do you expect from these two teams here tonight? Do you know any of these players and how they play?
Yeah, the Galactic Penguins, they're very, very strong at any brawl-centric comp. Reinhardt, Ramatra in general, they're really strong at because they know how to punish and rotate really well. FBRD, on the other hand, very, very strong at dive. Whether Tyzon, Monkey, or Diva, they're really good at it. Especially with Sleepy on a Tracer.
Yeah, I mean, and we're going to be getting in here soon, but let me ask you this before we head in. Do you think this is going to be a very, very close series, or do you think it's just going to be a little bit of just a one-sided affair tonight?
I think it's gonna be closer than last time they met, because both teams know each other now. They know what each other play. They know their strengths. So, I think this might go more than the 3 maps than it went last time. I would say FBRD might. Well, I give FBRD taking 2 off of GP this time.
All right. I mean, I hope we go a little bit long here tonight, but if we do not, then, just not meant to be. We will have a little bit of an extended break before we head into our game, though, tonight. It looks like one of our observers is currently away from their computer, so we're going to have a little bit more time to talk here. But hey, Season 10 here of Trank starts tonight. I feel like that in itself is a great milestone for this league.
Yeah, I've only been in Trank since Season 8, so I don't know that much about like the past and how it started, but ever since I joined, it's been a great community. It's been really fun, especially with the event week. Event week is probably one of the best things I've ever seen Overwatch community do, especially when they literally let the community kick the admins' asses.
Hey, and I only joined about halfway through Season 9, so this is my first full season of Trank here. But, a lot of history was laid down before both me and you got here, and it looks like there's a lot more to be put down on paper in the season to come.
Yeah, I think this is like one of the... I think a lot of past teams from past Trank seasons have actually returned. I know for a fact in Discord tier, Paradise Lost has returned. They were the runners-up in Season 7. They're back now. As for Harmony, I don't think there's any returning teams from past seasons in Harmony that I know of. But most FBRD has been around for a while. GP joined in Season 8, and they've been a pretty strong team since their creation. They're created by Toby, the former main tank of Chrysalis.
But yeah, like you're talking about, a lot of teams coming back for this one. A lot of the leagues in Tranquility have a lot of teams in it. So just that means more competition, more games, and more exciting streams that will be brought to you tonight. But it does look like we finally know what our first map will be tonight. It will be the control map of Busan.
Busan, depending on what stage they're on. If it's Mecha Base, very brawl oriented. The other 2 stages you can run dive. Especially on downtown. Downtown's probably the most strong area for a dive. Sanctuary is more ball dive oriented. So I wonder how GP is going to deal with the dive of FBRD if they choose to run it on those 2 stages.
But, as we start to see some of the teams here now load in, and we actually get to see their comps here, it kind of looks like both of them are trying to go at least a little dive here to start. Looks like the Penguins are coming out with the ball comp, though, which is something I actually really like to see.
Yeah, it's going to be all about Doha and Gizmo being synced together, getting those hacks, diving on the same target, Luna hitting the Discord on the target that they're going after. Joey pretty much just has to play to protect Luna, and that's his pretty much only job, since FBRD is running more of a rush style of dive.
Yeah, but looks like both teams want to meet in this little room here right now. Gizmo trying to just knock some people out of there. We already saw Doa hack that large health pack up there, so Rubber Duckies really gonna have to be safe around that area right now. But Gizmo finds the first kill here of the season on to Vex, but Sleepy G comes right back and finds Luna. TIE Fighter out already there for the Duckies. That pretty much means to me that we should see the Penguins here take point first, but at the moment, no one's necessarily going for it.
Yeah, both teams not really going for it. I will say I'd rather see Vex like maybe on a Sombra or something else. The Genji kind of doesn't really have that much of a target to go after, except for maybe Luna, but Chovy can defend Luna very well against the Genji dive.
Yeah, and you see it right now. We already see TIE Fighter come back out, swapping on to the D.Va now. So let's see how they start to play around this. And immediately, you said Vex had no really value with the Genji pick, immediately swapping over there to the Echo. Really, it's hard for anyone on the Penguins here to try to take them out of the sky. Doa can pepper them, but again, that SMG is very inaccurate, especially at long ranges. But we see Gizmo running through or rolling through there, getting purple there and being able to roll out now Sky in the backline here, just trying to melt down some members there, especially Vig, but not able to find anyone there. Now hopping on board with Sleepy G, trying to find anyone there. Looks like they're going to try to rotate around the backside of the map. Actually, it looks like the entirety of the Duckies are going to be trying to rotate around that backside of the map at the moment.
I think that Duckies just needs to stop sitting in the choke and go, because they're just allowing Giz and Doha to go in on them, and then pretty much they're kind of stuck. Oh, nice kill on the Luna though.
Yeah, look at this. The Duckies showing some signs of life here. 3 straight kills going their way. No supports left on point now for Gizmo or Sky, and they're both purple. Vex immediately beams down Gizmo now. They just have to get rid of Sky. Sky just trying to dance around point as long as they can. It's a nice 69% there for the Penguins before the Duckies take the point.
Yeah, and looking at both alt banks, both teams are mostly evenly matched. Doha does have that EMP coming up, and in order to win this fight, he has to hit both Drug and Vig. If either one, Drug doesn't have his beat yet, but if Vig can get the nano onto like an affected target of the EMP, then they're most likely going to be safe.
Yeah, but Luna finding Sleepy, that's a huge pick for him. Now the EMP comes out and the pulse bomb gets stuck there onto Vig from Sky. This is a great start here for the Penguins. They just have to try to clean up some kills here. Doa takes care of Vex. The bomb now going to come out here from TIE Fighter, but it's only going to be TIE Fighter left alive, and TIE Fighter will not even be able to get back into their mech before the Penguins retake the point. Duckies got 38% though, and they are coming back with 2 ultimates, while the Penguins will really are going to have 3 in this next fight.
Yeah, and Galactic has probably the most important ones, being the Transcendence and the Rally, because those both can just completely shut down Vex, Vig, pretty much the entire team of FBRD can't kill through that sustain.
And look at that, Doa letting their team know where the entirety of the Duckies were going to come from. The minefield comes out there from Gizmo, but it doesn't really find anyone. Actually, it finds Drug, but Sleepy G's pulse bomb is the one that's more explosive. They're finding 2 kills right away, and look who it is. It's both the supports there for the Penguins. Both DPS gone as well, and the tank going to be out of the picture as well. That's going to be a team kill going their way, and not a moment too soon. Penguins did get up to 99%, so all they really have to do now is win one more team fight, and this map or point could be theirs.
If FBRD has been playing mostly passive, like waiting for GP to come to them, I think in order for them to secure this map, they should just nano tie and have them go after the backline. Like, they just sitting around waiting for Galactic to come in is like allowing them to set up.
I like that play coming out there from the Rubber Duckies. Sleepy G and TIE Fighter just going there on Sky, but we immediately see 1 kill come right back for 2 kills go the way of the Duckies right now. Both supports out for the Penguins here. You're going to have to see the remaining members of the Penguins just falling back, but Doa at the moment doesn't look like they have any way to escape. They try to there, but Sleepy G and TIE Fighter there to take them out. Now look at this percentage, already 80% and counting. It's getting very, very dangerous now for the Penguins.
Yeah, and Chobi and Luna have just kind of been sitting on these ults since they got them. I think they're just waiting for the nano of Vig to come out to at least use one of them in defense. But Vig's just holding the nano and waiting.
Yeah, here comes the rally from Chobi, but look at that. Chobi actually first one to fall. Sky, though, comes right back, finds Sleepy G. Pulse Bomb comes out from Sky, finds Drug. That's huge for them. Now the Transcendence coming out here from Luna, but Sky's gone and out of this fight here for the moment, and so is the Transcendence there from Luna, and they are getting absolutely hammered there by Vex and TIE Fighter. 2 more kills going the way of the Penguins. Bomb coming out there from TIE Fighter, not able to find anyone, but now it's just a fight on point for both these teams. Sky coming back, pinging some members of the Rubber Duckies who are coming back as well, but the Galactic Penguins actually able to retake point sometime throughout that entire fight there. Minefield is now out on point, and a nice bolt through coming out from Gizmo gets everyone from those Duckies off the point as the Penguins will take the first point here on Busan.
Yeah, that was looking really good for FBRD, but Doha got a massive EMP that hit the 3 members of FBRD that were stuck on the point, forcing Ty's bomb, and then Ty gets hacked. Ty did get hacked while he was out of mech, so that forced him back and allowed Giz and Doha to cap the point. And allowed Giz to get his minefield up in order to just basically zone FBRD away from the point, because the only way they could touch is to go into the minefield, and that's not something you really want to do.
Yeah, and you immediately see here going over to Mecha Base, just comp swamps for both teams here. Duckies coming out with a Reinhardt. Penguins coming out with a Ramatra, though.
Yeah, this is the Ramatra I was talking about. Gizmo is a very, very good Ramatra. Ty, I wouldn't be surprised if Ty does mirror the Ram if he goes down early, because in the mirror, Ram does technically beat Reinhardt because his punches go through Ryan's shield.
But you already see there, Doa putting in a lot of damage. They're already up to 25% on their grip tire right now. And each team just trying to wait for the first mistake here to come out from either side, or from someone just to find a pick, and then it's Chobi actually finding the kill there onto Vex. See, supports can get damage and get kills if they want to. Chobi showing that off right here. And look, Luna following up that same and finds TIE Fighter Doa now just starting to clean up this fight here for the Penguins. They cap point first. They finish off that team fight with honestly a nice play coming out from everyone there.
Yeah, I would actually like to see maybe FBRD mirror the Ramatra, since like the only way to beat Ram really is to mirror Ramatra, since his utility and kit basically kind of like says no to most tanks in the game. And Reinhardt just has trouble actually doing anything against Ramatra, since Ramatra can poke at range, Reinhardt can't.
Yeah, and right now, like, it seemed like the Rubber Duckies are a little bit like scared to get really up close and personal with the Penguins right now. The only time they're really doing it is right now when they're trying to retake point. But you immediately see Gizmo go over to this Nemesis mode here on Ramatra, pumping a lot of damage. We see them get their first kill. Sleepy G takes out Doa. Vex comes right back and finds Chobi. So this is a good kind of retake fight here from the Rubber Duckies. Gizmo's gone as well. Luna out of the picture, and that should be a point flip for the Rubber Duckies, only allowing Galactic to get 50% before that point swap.
Yeah. Now here's where Ryan can be better. You can hold either choke. Giz does have that Annihilation to come in, but if FBRD plays it correctly, Drug can speed them out with Ty's shield up, because shield does block the Nanoswarm and doesn't allow it to get onto anybody.
Or potentially you could see Ty use the Shatter here to try to cancel it out, but instead we're going to see the Riptire come out first from Vex. Finds 4 off the bat. Big finds Gizmo for the quickest team kill we have seen all season.
Yeah, I don't know where Vex... We saw where Vex was for a brief moment. Really good tire. I don't know if GP even knew where it was coming from at all.
Sometimes with those tires, you got to play the waiting game. And Vex now just lobbing grenades down this corridor here, just trying to find anyone there. But, you know, without finding anyone there. Oh, the Riptire comes in from Doa, but TIE Fighter able to hit a fire strike onto it to get rid of it. Gizmo, though, comes right back and finds Sleepy the Shatter now coming out here from TIE Fighter. Does catch a couple members of the Penguins out. However, they only find Sky with it right now, but Luna comes back and finds Vex. So it's a very scrappy back and forth team fight. Gizmo and Doa, though, picking up the slack for their team. And Chobi finding that last kill there on the Drug. They will be able to free flip the point, allowing the Duckies only 68%.
Yeah, really good. The tire was more of a panic situation for FBRD since they split up. Sleepy G got caught alone on point, and the rest of Galactic just ran him down. FBRD only has his overclock to work with, so see if Sleepy can... Oh, no.
Here comes the overclock from Sky, already getting pushed out. Vex able to take him out as they try to escape there. So now everything's even for both sides right now. Each team just trying to find the next little pick here, trying to poke each other up. But it's Doa finding Vex, sneaking into that back line. But now you see the Duckies here just collapse on point. Gonna try to retake this point here very fast, but they get off it. Luna finds Sleepy G. Luna has been an absolute deadeye with those kunai so far, but Drug finds Doa right back. And now we do see Gizmo have that ultimate ready. Not gonna probably use it here as they find Big. Now they just need to get rid of this Reinhardt on point. Vex still finds Chobi. That's a huge pick off for the Duckies there. And now Sky going after Vex there, but we see Drug take care of Gizmo. Gizmo, though, did pop their ultimate and find TIE Fighter there, but the tire coming out there from Doa finds Drug, and now it's just trading back and forth here on point. The Duckies able to retake point, and the Penguins actually invested their beat into that fight and didn't get anything out of it. Now they're trying to retake point back. Doa finds Sleepy G, and we see both the Junkrats go after each other. Vex does find Chobi, but Doa comes right back and finds Vex. Now again, just a very prolonged, scrappy team fight on point. Gizmo and Luna on point with TIE Fighter and Drug on point for the Duckies at the moment. Gizmo takes care of TIE Fighter. Now some more members of the Duckies coming back as the Penguins have been able to retake the point here. And now we see the tire coming out from Vex. They've been huge before. They need to be huge here again. It hasn't popped yet. Still not yet. It finds one, but there's no one for the Duckies able to get back and touch the point in time as Galactic Penguins will take the first map.
Yeah, the beat looked questionable from Chobi, but it just bought time for Gizmo to come back into the fight there. It looks like FBRD was going to win that fight because Ty took Luna down to 1 HP, but neither Drug or him could finish the Kiriko that was keeping Gizmo alive.
Yeah, just a great play by those two players there for the Galactic Penguins to keep them in that fight there. And that's really what won them that point there. Because honestly, if you see one of those two fall there, it's probably a point swap. And then we're probably still in the map right now. As I believe the momentum was starting to tick the way of the fire-breathing rubber duckies there at the end.
Yeah, and I think Ty was close to a shatter when he died too. So that probably would have swung the fight if he just stayed alive long enough to get it up.
Yeah, and as you've watched some replays from this last map here, I mean, there were pop-offs from both sides here, and honestly, they both points almost went 99-99. So this series so far looking to be very close, but so far it's the Galactic Penguins that are able just to kind of notch out wins late in both these rounds here to win them that first map.
Yeah, and both these stages were a lot closer than they were last time FBRD faced GP in preseason, so it just shows how both teams how FBRD has gotten better since that match. I think GP might have come in just thinking that they could run over FBRD like they did last time, and FBRD is proving that they're putting up more of a fight than they did last time.
Yeah, but now we'll be going to a hybrid map. We don't know what map it is just yet, but what kind of map do you expect to see that kind of plays into the Rubber Duckies kind of play style here?
Now I'm blanking on what maps are in the pool.
I believe it is Kings Row, Eichenwald. I believe Blizzworld is there, and I know those. I believe those three are.
It's Eichenwald, Kings, and Holly, I think. Wait, no, it's Midtown Kings, and Hollywood.
Oh.
And I honestly am expecting FBRD to come out on Hollywood.
I would love to see that. Don't see Hollywood a lot in really any leagues, so it would be a nice kind of surprise here tonight.
Yeah, I just think that if going either Kings or Midtown would play into what GP wants to play, and going Hollywood would be one of their strongest maps because that's more dive oriented, and that's what FBRE are strong at.
Mm-hmm. But who stood out to you from that first map there? Because like I said, it was close on both those 2 points there, but it just seemed like the Penguins were always able to kind of win those scrappy team fights.
Yeah, FBRD, the player that was keeping them in most of the fights was Sleepy G. He had a really strong round on Tracer on downtown. He showed that he can play that Sojourn as well. He's not a hit scan player to my knowledge, but he can play that Sojourn at a high level on Mecha. For Galactic Penguins, their recent acquisition, Luna, she is playing from EU on 140 ping.
Yeah, but right now, it does look like we have our next map, and what a shock here. Starting off the season with our first Scrims Row showing here. Honestly, I'm not disappointed with this map pick, but like you said, FBRD kind of plays into that little bit more of a dive comp, but isn't Kings Row essentially home of the...
Kings Row is known as the Brawl map ever since Overwatch 1. Teams that run Brawl. Both teams are basically running what they did on Mecha Base, and this might come back to bite FBRD because what they ran on Mecha Base worked for the most part, but it might be a little harder on this on Kings Row.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, you see TIE Fighter come out on the Ryan. Looks like they want to go through the hotel lobby here and try to get behind them right now. But Doa in a good spot, just raining a lot of damage with those grenades there. Same thing with Sky on that high ground. Just going to kind of look down and just, hold that left click there, raining a lot of damage. Gizmo, though, getting incredibly low. That's probably not what you want to be seeing if you're the Galactic Penguins. But we see the stick come out there onto Sky. Vex getting stuff started here early for their team here, and they need to try to capitalize on this one-man advantage they have right now.
Yeah, if I was FBRD, you just have to press the go button. That main damage source of Sky's gone.
Yeah, but Luna comes right back and finds Vex. That kind of keeps the Penguins in this fight here a little bit. No tick was even taken there by the Rubber Duckies, but she'll be out right now for the Penguins. Again, this needs to be their go button. They need to be finding more kills, and that's exactly what they do. They find the other support of Luna, and now we saw TIE Fighter. They're just trying to swing around wildly to find anyone. Vic does fall, but Gizmo and Doa, the last remaining members of the Penguins that were on point, fall as well. And that would be a first point capture for the Rubber Duckies. So far, a good start for them here.
Good start from, yeah, really good start from them. I think honestly that maybe this map might play in the FBRD more because Sleepy G is on that May and he can. So if FBRD can set the tempo with that May, they'll win this map most likely.
Yeah, but look at this Luna again finding Vex, the Immortality Field out. Here comes a tire, but that one does not find anyone there from Doa, and now Gizmo just charging, and actually the entirety of the Penguins charging very far into the Rubber Duckies spawn at the moment. Chobi able to boop Vic to death there, and now look at this hold the Penguins are going to try to put on the Duckies.
Yeah, I would say this is a pretty good hold, but they have to be careful of Sleepy G's wall and Blizzard. If Sleepy G catches them with that Blizzard, they're gonna get team wiped unless Chobi can get that beat up in time.
Yeah, Chobi very, very close to it. Luna, with their Suzu, that could actually help him out a little bit as well. But TIE Fighter does have this Shatter ready to go here. If they see that shield go up from Gizmo, I imagine it's just gonna be walk through the shield, hit the Q button, and win a team fight right now. But here comes the High Noon from Vex. The wall gonna come out from Sleepy G. The High Noon does find one there from Doa, but really nothing else can come from it now. Here comes the ultimate from Gizmo. Doesn't find anyone just yet, and they get taken out. Vex able to find them there, and now the Rubber Duckies push through Archers and begin to get pushed to the second point.
Yeah, when I said set the tempo, that's exactly what FBRD has to do. Just try to cut off players, make them back up. Perfectly played. TIE Fighter uses Shatter there just to cancel out Gizmo's Annihilation, which was great since that ult can just flip fights if you don't kill that Ramatra.
Yeah, but right now Sleepy G still kind of holding on. Still does have this Blizzard here, so that could be a fight-winning ultimate right there. Big, gonna pop that damage matrix out here early. Doa finds Vex though, so that's a good pick off there for the Penguins. But they're still nowhere close to a tire coming out for them. But we do see the Kasuni Rush come out from Luna, but Luna falls immediately right after. Now the Blizzard coming out from Sleepy G. It doesn't look like anyone gets frozen from that. The beat and the overclock coming out from the Penguins right now. They need to find something off the back of these two ultimates, but they have yet to do that. However, it's TIE Fighter continuing to pick up Fire Strike kills as the Rubber Duckies fall back here.
Yeah, that window from Vig, usually you just wait that out, but Luna decided to press the go button with the rush and got hit, took a amped Fire Strike to the face since Ryan did get buffed in that Fire Strike. Now got his base damage increased to 100, so it still now does one-shot 200 HP targets through Amp Matrix again.
Yeah, and look at that. Second point capped 4 minutes in that time bank. TIE Fighter still holding on to another Shatter right now. Doa, though, does have a tire that could be huge here if they're able to put it in the right spot and pick up a couple kills with it. But these two ultimates ready for each side here have to be huge. Sky, though, finding Vex there with the disrupting shot. And look at that. One kill, and you immediately see the Duckies fall back. They don't want to feed. They don't want to make any mistakes here on what has been a good push so far here on Kings Row.
Yeah, if you lose one on this map, you pretty much have to back up. And I'm gonna just like say, Vex has been like the first casualty of most of these team fights. I don't know if he's playing over aggressive or in front of TIE Shield, but most of the time he's the one first to die.
Here comes the tire from Doa. TIE Fighter, though, finds Doa right back, but they can still find some with their ultimate. They're gonna just juke out TIE Fighter there and go for Sleepy G instead. Kills going both ways right now, but more of the kills go in the way of the Penguins here. Chobi takes care of TIE Fighter. Vex out of this one as well. And Vex, like you were saying, normally the first person to fall in a fight is the last person to fall in that one.
Yeah, I think FBRD might spawn faster since Giz did die late in that fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if GP does back up or at least like gives a little space, but Giz is back in the fight already, so.
Giz and oh, nice headshot there by Sleepy G on the Chobi. No beat gonna be ready this coming fight, so we could see a couple ultimates come out here. Here comes the High Noon from Vex. They're able to find Gizmo. No Gizmo ult now. We could see the Shatter and the Blizzard come out. We do see Doa pick up one, but Doa immediately falls right after that as the Rubber Duckies look to try to pick off these remaining members of the Penguins here as they come out of spawn right now. Here comes Gizmo. That ultimate that Gizmo has to be huge here for the Penguins. However, like I said, Blizzard and Shatter ready for the Rubber Duckies here, and they're falling back right now. And here comes the ultimate from Gizmo. Instead, the Shatter and the Blizzard both invested in that. Yeah, Gizmo falls, but that's basically the only thing you're gonna get out of both those ultimates.
Yeah, and Vex has also switched over to the Reaper to put more front load damage out onto, I assume, Gizmo, but Giz is dead. No, C9.
We have our first letter number of the season in the first show match of the season here. Unfortunate for the Penguins that they have to be associated with that, but they'll bounce back. A minute 32 in the time bank for the Duckies. A very, very good time bank for them, especially on this map.
Yeah, third point is where most teams get held up on Kings Row, and I would say that GP looked like they were flipping that fight in their favor a little bit, but they forgot that there was a 200-ton German man with a hammer just standing on the point.
I wouldn't say 200-ton German man, because that's...
I meant to say 210. I don't know why I said 200.
Yeah, you called Reinhardt a 400,000-pound man.
With all
there,
that armor,
but, you know,
with all that armor he has and that hammer, you never know.
yeah, you never know, but 400,000 pounds, maybe a little bit too much. But now we swap sides here, or flip sides. Duckies now on defense, Penguins now on the attack here. Doesn't really look like a lot of swaps coming out from either side at the moment. The only swap that I'm noticing right now is Doa not on the junk, instead going with the soldier.
Yeah, honestly, instead of the soldier, I would go with the Hanzo. Just, oh, never mind. He's on his signature pick back in. I was his teammate in Season 8, and he was notoriously known as a Mei one-trick.
Oh, dusting off the old one trick here. Let's see how they do. Rubber Duckies coming out with what is essentially the base brawl comp here for Kings Row. Galactic Penguins, I mean, almost about the same. Sky and Gizmo, really the big differences here. And you kind of have to play around this Ramacha right now. As you already see him get walled off. They have to pop their Annihilation mode early there to just keep themselves alive. But they do get rid of that Immortality field early there, used by Vig.
Yeah, both teams both use their invincibility cooldowns. I would say that Vig does have a little more output of healing, since Kiriko's healing output did get nerfed because there's a little delay on between early and a Fuda animation. So that might come back to bite them when it comes to keeping Giz up.
Yeah, look at that. Sleepy G able to stay alive through all that was getting absolutely focused there by Sky, keeping themselves alive there. Vex picking up 4 kills in this team fight. However, they did allow the Galactic Penguins to pick up 2 ticks in that fight. A very, very interesting fight coming out there from the Rubber Duckies. They won it, but they did allow the Penguins to get 2 ticks, which is kind of weird.
That is actually not a bad strategy if you allow a team if you give the enemy team a false sense of security and just suddenly bum rush them, they're not really going to be prepared for that, which is exactly what FBRD did. And it gave them a couple ultimates where they can just hold this point now.
Damage matrix being used here by Big to try to keep the Penguins in one spot. Look at that. A Shatter finds 4. 2 already out of the picture right now. Make it 3 as Chobi falls. Luna not going to be much longer for this world either. Sky the only one left alive because they were coming out of spawn when that Shatter struck the ground.
Coming through.
Yeah, and that's just what you have to do on this map. You have to be the first brawl team to go first wins most of the time, and that's what FBRD is doing, is they're just completely catching GP off guard when they're trying to set up around the statue. Gizmo does have this Annihilation coming in, so Vex can zone the rest of his team with that Deadeye.
And you also have to look at Sleepy G. Does have a Blizzard Radio. Here comes the ultimate now from Gizmo. They need to try to find a couple members here. They're not necessarily focusing on anyone just yet, but Vex's Deadeye finds Chobi. Now the Blizzard comes out from Sleepy G. Doa, though, able to find TIE Fighters before they fall right back to Sleepy G themselves here. The Penguins desperately need to win this fight off the back of that ultimate there. Gizmo able to find Big. Now the overclock coming out from Sky. However, they're being pestered there by Sleepy G. Sleepy G doing a lot to keep the Duckies alive in this one here, but now it's a 1v3 situation, and they're just going to try to stall it as long as they can. Gizmo, though, just punching the air, finds 3 kills, and that will be the first point capped for the Penguins.
Yeah, and the most important thing is right now, the big chokehold that teams like to hold the archway, FBRD has to win a fight in order to get it. Since Sleepy G, Drug, and Vig died late, they didn't get the spawn together.
Yeah, and we can already see they're kind of playing it slow here. It looks like they're going to allow the Penguins to get through arches here and try to meet them at one of these curves in this road that they have to push along here. Doa and Chobi, though, do have ultimates here, and the Rubber Duckies really have nothing to deny that ultimate from Doa. So if this can be a very, very dangerous Blizzard we might be seeing come out here from Galactic Penguins here, but we do see the stick come out there. Doa gonna use that Blizzard now. However, we do see the Ryan charge back into it, but everyone except Sleepy G able to escape the cold of that Blizzard there, but now they're all being forced back, but they're doing it very, very smartly right now. They're all hiding, and they're all gonna get back into this one. 4v5, only for a short moment though.
Yeah, and coming in, Giz has another Annihilation, Chobi has that beat. FBRD only really has to work with the Kitsune Rush and the Shatter if they get them in this fight, which they probably will as long as neither one of those players die.
Yeah, but Gizmo will get their ultimate back here. Chobi does have that beat to kind of sustain them in this fight right now. Gizmo gonna pop that ultimate right now. That area of effect damage can be huge. They already find one with it. Big, though, does pop the Kitsune Rush here to try to get as much healing as he can. Gizmo's ult has come and gone. Doa has come and gone as well, same as Chobi. Gizmo, though, just gonna start punching people in the face right now, trying to get as many kills as they can. Just not able to find one there. The Blizzard coming out from Sleepy G. Kind of a more of a defensive Blizzard there, I would say, from them, as it really just forces everyone from the Penguins to fall back.
Yeah, and most would question that Blizzard, but it's more of a zoning Blizzard since it did like push them back, and now that does allow the rest of FBRD to get back into the fight. Here, Ty hit Gizmo with that Shatter. I don't think there's gonna be any follow-up on it though.
No, not the moment, but we do see Drug invest the beat into this fight. Vex does have that high noon ready to go. They find one kill. Luna, though, comes right back and finds Drug after that beat had worn off there. Gizmo out of this one, though, so you might not see anything coming here from the Penguins. However, Sky did pop their overclock there. 3 kills going the way of the Penguins here at the moment. They just have to clean up the last 2 members. They are able to do that, and they'll be able to cap point here. But Doa just gonna respawn before they cap point. Has a long walk now to get back into this team fight.
Yeah, they're probably gonna send Chobi to go get him, and that means that FBRD can take and hold that first corner where teams like to hold on third. Penguins don't really have anything else besides that Kitsune Rush. Doha is close to his Blizzard, but if FBRD really want to like hold this corner, I would say that they would be able to speed Deadeye here if Drug didn't die.
Well, Caster cursing it even without saying it. Sometimes it happens. But you see Luna, they have that Kitsune Rush ready to go. And look at the Penguins right now. Almost 4 ultimates ready to go here. The Rubber Duckies only have 1 right now. Big and Sleepy G are the next closest. But the fight could be, or this round could be over before that happens. High Noon now coming out from Vex, looking for anyone right now. Not going to be able to find anyone with this. So that ultimate has come and gone from the Rubber Duckies, but it did give them space to get back to this card to try to contest the next Galactic Penguin push here. Here comes the Blizzard from Doa. Oh, this looks to be huge. It finds 2, but they're trying to find other members of the Duckies out. Gizmo, 1, 2. Chobi finds a 3rd there, and now we're just trying to see the Penguins clean up this fight here. The card's being contested now by TIE Fighter and Drug. TIE Fighter able to find Gizmo. Chobi, though, finds TIE Fighter right back. Now, it's just up to contesting for the Rubber Duckies. However, they do have that time bank lead if the Galactic Penguins are able to finish this map here and now. And they're desperately trying to do it. 1 person left on card. You see Vex swap over to the Bastion. They're not able to find anyone. Doa able to find Sleepy G. Now we see TIE Fighter come back on that Rhine, just swinging that hammer, trying to find anyone. Shatter does come out, but TIE Fighter only able to find one. Now the overclock coming out there from Sky finds 1, and that 1 kill they find will be enough to confirm they complete this map with time, 1:05 to the 1:32 that the Duckies have.
Yeah, it looked honestly. I think FBRD could have swung that fight if that one fight where they got split by the Blizzard didn't happen, honestly. But that all just creates so much chaos. It's hard to escape it. Ty did hit a really big Shatter at the end there, but he just like didn't have anybody else to help him try to end that fight.
Yeah, I mean, like that they had a Shatter there. I believe it caught 1 or 2 people there, but like you said, just not enough members of their team there to try to follow up and try to get something back there. But you see it right now on the clock, 1:05 for the Penguins. Only a 27-second difference between the 2 teams here. So the Galactic Penguins, even after struggling a little bit on that first point where the Rubber Duckies pretty much did 1 team fight and that was it, really ended up kind of evening it out there through the 2nd and 3rd points.
Yeah, I think if GP wants a chance of like not getting full health or at least getting the payload unlocked, they can't do what they did last time, which is like wait around statue, because as soon as FBRD realizes that they're just kind of chilling around statue waiting for something to happen, they're just going to press the go button. And so GP has to be a little more aggressive on their pushes on first point here in order to win this.
Yeah, and I'm honestly kind of surprised they're coming out with that same comp they had last time, attacking. I just thought maybe we would try to see something a little bit different because it did take them almost the entirety of the time they had in the initial round to cap the points. But right now, they're going to come out with what they started with. And hey, Sky already proving me wrong. Finds Big, but TIE Fighters finds Sky right back. Doa finds Drug. No supports left for the Rubber Duckies. So the Penguins really have to be pressing go. TIE Fighter gone. We're going to see Sleepy G here try to ice block on point, but not going to be able to as we see Gizmo take him out. Luna finds Vex. And, you know, the Galactic Penguins making me eat my words there. Quickly take this first point.
Yeah, it was like I was questioning too because Sky was on the main instead of Doha, so I was a little confused there because Sky's a hit scan, not a projectile.
Hey, just proving that they can, you know, sometimes be that projectile player sometimes. But right now, you're immediately going to see the Rubber Duckies. They pretty much, once they lost those first two members of their team, I feel like they kind of just let them have the point because now they can guard arches. And at the moment, there's no ultimates ready to go for either side right now. Gizmo and Doa, closest ones to getting an ultimate. And either of those ultimates can be very, very huge for both sides. And you immediately see Doa just charge head first in there and find a kill. Sky comes right back and finds Big. Now they're just trying to clean up more kills here, but we see two more kills come back the way of the Rubber Ducks for Sky, able to find Vex. Now they're just trying to get rid of this Rhine and Lucio on point. The Rhine falls, but now the Lucio just kind of hopping around. Players coming back from the Penguins able to finish off that team fight there, but now overtime has commenced. The Penguins cannot lose a team fight.
Penguins can't lose a team fight, but they have to also continue this push. That looked terrible, but like I would have said call the fight after one dies in this, especially in OT rounds, because you're just giving more progress by staggering, which is exactly what FBRD did there, and now they're just gonna give both corners of this map in the second phase here.
Yeah, right now Vex finding Doa though, that's huge. No Riptide. Here comes a shatter from TIE Fighter as well, but Gizmo pop their ultimate Sky though, able to find TIE Fighter. That's huge for the Penguins in this one. Blizzard now coming out from Sleepy G. It's on point. Gizmo gone. No one else for the Penguins will be able to get back in time. And the Rubber Duckies, now all they need to do is cap that first point and push the cart 85 meters and they'll tie the series up.
Yeah, I would say that FBRD probably could have held it a little earlier in Streets phase if they didn't have that prawn staggered fight in Archway. That probably was a call from TIE Fighter to keep the fight going because he did get 3 in that fight with Drug, but he had lost 2 of his players at that time being DPS, so there really wasn't that much he was able to do in the Rhine, Matra that was still on point there.
Yeah, I mean, like, this first initial fight here, which is what we're seeing replays of before we swapped over this one, like, they lost big early in that team fight there, and I just kind of thought it was smart for the Rubber Duckies just to kind of take as much damage as they possibly could to build up those ultimates there. And that's exactly what they did. They came back out, held Arches. While they did end up losing the fight at Arches, it did cost the Penguins a lot. You saw Gizmo there come back with very, very low health. They had to get the health pack, and by the time they were rounding that corner, TIE Fighter was right back, hit that shatter. It was a huge shatter from them, and then Sleepy G threw in their Blizzard and pretty much ended that round. But now Vex coming out here on the Widowmaker, not a shock to me. If they can find an early pick, it would be huge for them.
Yeah, if they can get the early pick and then just hit the go button. I think GP is expecting this since most of them are wholly inside that statue, and Doha's wholly inside hotel. And that's what we're looking for is a split.
Yeah, that ice wall comes out. It finds Drug. Now we're trying to see TIE Fighter fall, but they do find Chobi right there. And now Vex coming out, able to find Gizmo, and Sleepy G finds Doa. So this, even with it being a team fight win for the Penguins, very, very costly. And you're going to have to see a lot of these people coming back very, very fast. Chobi accidentally swapping off of the Lucio there to the Mercy for 1 second and swapping back, losing all that ultimate charge. And now look at this, the Penguins coming back with more numbers than the Duckies coming back with more numbers than the Penguins, and they're already capping point right now. And it's gonna be really hard for the Penguins to try to get back onto this one. They might just sacrifice or surrender this point to the Duckies just to try to hold Arches, but you see them immediately come right back in. But that might have been the wrong play there from Gizmo as they fall. But Doa comes back and finds one. However, Vex finds them right back. Sky somehow keeping this fight alive, but they fall. Same as Chobi. And that's really it for the Penguins there. That was a little bit of a costly mistake in my opinion.
Yeah, especially since Gizmo, since he died so early, he has the forward spawn. The rest of his team has the back spawn. So, again, archway's not going to be an option for GP here.
Yeah, essentially at this point right now, Galactic Penguins is playing for that final fight here. Because no matter which way it goes here, it essentially is the final fight. And the Duckies have ultimates to play with here. The Galactic Penguins need to have a team fight kind of get started here before they have any of their ultimates ready.
They need to shut down Vex. If Vex gets a big Blossom, it's over.
And you kind of see Vex here just kind of trying to be sneaky right now, hiding in that puppet. Here comes the Death Blossom. It finds one, but it doesn't find Gizmo here. Now the Blizzard coming out there from Sky doesn't find anyone but Big, but they won't fall. And now the Rubber Duckies getting so close. The damage maker is going to come out. Everyone on the Duckies is going to try to stay behind that, but now Gizmo popping their ultimate here. However, they might have jumped a little bit too far. Kills going both ways, both maze out. And now the Duckies here have the advance. They just have to get rid of this Lucio now, but when it's a 4v1, you're normally going to win when you have 4 over 1. And that's exactly what the Duckies do to tie this series at 1.
Yeah, very good play from FBRD. They just were way more aggressive than GP was expecting them to be, especially the switch from Vex. He was playing Cassie that whole entire time of this map, but he switched to the Reaper there, which was a really good option since it just forces Gizmo to like not be able to punch. He pretty much has to have block up in that Nem farm or else he is going to die.
And going into this map, we kind of both thought that why were the Duckies picking this one, especially when we kind of thought they were more of a dive centered team, but looks like they kind of proved us wrong there, or at least proved me wrong. Winning that map, tying the series up, but tying the series up going into halftime, which is probably the thing they were trying to do there.
Yeah, tying the series up is big, shifting momentum. FBRD is probably going. It is GP's map pick for the next map, so I won't be surprised if it goes to another Brawl-centric type, if there is a Brawl-centric escort in the pool, which I think there is. I have to look again. But I won't be surprised if we see more just Brawl comps come out, especially if it's GP's map pick.
Yeah, but like we've been saying, they tied the series up before going into halftime, so we're going to take a short halftime break and be right back with the rest of the series of the Galactic Penguins versus the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies.
You don't need an invitation. I already know what you're saying. I love a little conversations, and I don't want you to go changing, 'cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. You just feel it all too, 'cause girl, you're comfortable, let's go. Feel so good just when I roll through, and I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that, and I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the cold. Situation. We don't spend time hesitating, and I wouldn't say we're crazy in love. I would just say we're crazy enough, 'cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. You just feel it all too, 'cause girl, you're comfortable, let's go. Feel so good just when I roll through, and I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that, and I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the cold. Girl, you're just so comfortable. baby, I'm with you if you gon' be down. 'Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. I hope that you just feel it out too. Girl, you're just so comfortable. 'Cause girl, you're comfortable. It's just feel so good just when you're on through. I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. It's true. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me catch you on the Kodak. I don't know what you do. Yeah. Let me get you on a Kodak.
you enjoyed that little halftime break there. It is currently 1-1 in the Galactic Penguins versus the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies. Now, Nighthawk, while you try to refocus your camera there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. Hold on.
Hey, first game of the season. There's going to be these technical issues. Luckily, this time it's only a slight one. But so far, this has been a very, very back and forth series so far. Each team each team, really showing why they're this good here right now.
Camera failed to load. I'm having tech difficulties already.
All right, but Nighthawk, let's talk about the Rubber Duckies after that last map of Kings Row. One map that we went into kind of thinking like, why are the Rubber Duckies picking this one? We kind of see them more as a dive team, but they go on Kings Row and prove that they're not just a dive team.
Well, I try to fix this. Yeah, I was not expecting FPRD to pull Kings Row out. They looked actually pretty strong on it for being brawls when they were weak, like not strong comps, but they looked pretty well solid on it. There's just a couple of times where they kind of looked lost, especially, but that's just what happens with all fights. Is everybody just hitting Q. There's a bunch of visual clutter. Thanks Blizzard for Kitsune Rush Gates. That helps a lot.
Yeah, and as you're seeing some replays of the series so far here. I mean, neither team has necessarily looked bad throughout the two maps we played. You can go back to Busan. Both maps went almost 99 to 99. And on Kings Row, we went to overtime in what essentially was just which team had better plays there at the end of those overtime rounds to really push their team to that next level there. Duckies took Kings Row, Penguins took Busan in the Battle of the Burbs here. And we have the possibility of 3 more maps here tonight if one of these teams does not win the next 2 in a row.
Yeah, I still am dealing with this stupid camera.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I think, honestly, I did give FPRD 2 maps, and it is showing that they can take on GP. I think I might fix this. Hold on.
Okay, we will wait in anticipation here.
Okay, there we go.
But as you know,
hey,
you're back.
I don't really know if it's that bad to focus or not, but
just don't worry about it.
That.
just don't worry about it. We can see you. We can see you. We can see you're real and not some AI program.
But going into this next map type is Escort, and it is GP's pick, and the maps they can choose from are Shambali Monastery, Circuit Royale, and Dorado. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Shambali Monastery come out, since that is the most brawl-centric one. Dorado's more dive-heavy, and Circuit is known for Sigma's Double Sniper.
Yeah, and honestly, this kind of came up in the preseason final that me and Bowsy casted. We saw Shambali Monastery be the last map, I believe, in that series there. And why was it the last map? And I kind of said, it's the newest map. So it's not necessarily like a lot of these teams have been practicing on it. They've probably been practicing more on Dorado and Circuit Royale there.
Yeah. Honestly, Shambali is one of the newer maps to come in, which GP did pick this, so I don't know if that many teams have actually scrimmed it. Most teams do. This is like a basically standard escort map. Most teams get held on third or first. Second is like kind of the area where teams usually can get through. First is gonna be first. Most teams try to take that high ground by going up the right side. Honestly, if FPRD wants to win this, I think they just play for card push and force GP to come to them instead of going to them. But GP is showing not brawl; they're showing a ball pharmacy comp. That's interesting from them. Ball can work here.
It can, but you see the Rubber Duckies immediately coming out with what essentially they ran on Kings Row. So they're gonna try to play this map exactly like Kings Row. But Galactic Penguins still making some swaps here, as they do have the time to do it right now.
Yeah, and I will say that I believe that since I believe Vex and Sleepy G are both more projectile players, I think they are down their hit scan player Cross.
But
I haven't seen him come out at all yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, but at the moment, Penguin's going to come out with the pharmacy combo. Hey, I love to see it right now, but they do have a good counter of Vex coming up against them. So it's going to be interesting to see how long this combo stays in the skies here right now as they're trying to find anyone. But at the moment, they've been struggling just to find any damage. There's some damage that are applied to TIE Fighter, but other than that, I feel like they damage themselves more than they damage anyone else here at the moment. Sleepy G trying to get some nice icicle shots there onto someone there. Luna gets incredibly low. Vex able to take him out. The immortality field is going to come up and save the lives of Vex and Sleepy G there. A nice play coming out from the Rubber Duckies here early.
Yeah, and FPRD's playing like how you should against this comp. Group together, hard for the ball and Tracer to get anything engaged done without taking too much damage or getting blown up. Vex can take the off angle. I would say he's pushing a little bit too far for my comfort level at times, but as long as he's in sync with Ty and the rest of his team, I don't think there's a problem with it.
Yeah, right now the Penguins just trying to find anyone. Oh, but a nice stick coming out there from Vex. Won't need the stick to kill them, but we do see Doa actually get res there. However, it does cost the lives of both Luna and Chobi there, so no supports left now for the Penguins. Doa, though, does find Big right back. We do see the ice block used there by Sleepy G. Drug, though, able to boop Doa out of the sky, and the Penguins still just struggling so far on this first point.
Yeah, this is where, like, Brawl is really good on this first point area, especially since, like, Ty and the rest of the team is holding in, like, that corner area. Of course, they have to back out because they did lose Vig in that fight, so it gives GP a little bit more space to work with. But I don't think they're going to have that space for long since Vig is back in the fight and Ty's already moving up.
Yeah, Vex does have that high noon ready to go. I would not be surprised to see it here early in the team fight, especially with Doa finding Drug there. Vex, though, comes right back and finds Sky. Gizmo finds Big, however, and now the Penguins starting to pick up kill after kill here. The minefield's actually coming out, I believe, from Gizmo there. They're trying to pick up the last remaining members of the Rubber Duckies. Vex in a very dangerous spot. They're getting kind of bullied both by Doa and Gizmo, still alive, but Vex looking like just to jump off the map to save themselves instead. Luna will be able to punch May to death there, and now the Penguins looking like they might try to cap this first point here, but it did look like that TIE Fighter did jump down to the barrage, though, coming out there from Doa does find one. Luna able to find a second one there on point. Sky cleaning up that third kill, and that'll be first point going the way of the Penguins.
Yeah, I think that recontest was probably an ill-fated effort because Vex and Sleepy G staggered really hard. They didn't have no DPS in that fight. This is the one area I expect that FPRD might be able to do better, since where the cart pushes has no skybox for Doha to be in whatsoever. So he has to play outside of this inner cavern, and there's like not that many angles for him to actually shoot at from the outside of that cavern.
And here comes the Blizzard coming out here from Sleepy G. The Shadow, though, able to find Chobi out early. That Blizzard won't be able to find anyone just yet, but Sleepy G able to find Luna there. Doa, though, comes right back and find Big before Sleepy G finds them right back in that trade. Rubber Duckies will win this fight, and now the Penguins kind of have to regroup right now.
Yeah, again, Vig dies late, which I don't think is that big of a deal since Drug can just go get him, but Vig dying has like Vig dying late in the first fight on point A led to the cap that GP had, so that might be a factor here, but I think if you already have recuperated, it will be okay.
Yeah, but right now you see the Rubber Duckies playing a little bit far back, and that is kind of because Sky is in that background, just kind of poking in some damage on some people. They do have that Pulse Bomb ready to go. Doa, though, able to beam down Vex there. Nice pick coming out from them right now, and this Pulse Bomb does come out from Sky, but it only takes care of that Immortality field. Gizmo, though, does find Big. However, TIE Fighter charges in and plants Luna into the wall there. Sky, though, picking up one more kill. Doa as well. Luna getting back in this team fight, and now, again, they just need to get Drug off of this cart, and they'll be able to continue pushing now that they have done that. This might result in this point being capped. However, I could expect to see the Duckies coming out here and contesting this.
Yeah, and Duckies switching off the Reinhardt and off the BAP, and actually a full comp swap, basically. Drug is the only person who stays. The rest of the team switches to a more divey comp that they ran on Busan.
Yeah, but right now, I don't expect to see any contest coming out here from the Rubber Duckies. Doa getting a lot of damage in. They do have their duplicate ready to go. Actually, we do see TIE Fighter come out to contest, but they immediately get de-mech'd there. And now it kind of hurts them a lot. No mech. And now we see Doa duplicate into Soldier now trying to just take care of TIE Fighter here. 43% on that visor, ready to go there. Drug able to find Chobi right back, but 2 kills go the way of the Penguins before that. Now 1 more kill goes the way of the Penguins. Same with the Duckies. Doa able to just slam Drug into the grave. It's same thing with Sky there, finding that headshot onto the Tracer duel there of Sleepy G.
Yeah, not bad for FBRD to recontest it. They did force out the Doha's duplicate, so he doesn't have that coming in. They only have the pulse round from Sky coming into this fight. Well, FBRD will have both supporters coming up, and Vex's visor. Kitsune visor is a deadly combo.
Oh, it definitely is right now, but Sky's pulse bomb here could be very, very big. They need to have it stick on someone right now because there is no immortality field like there was last time they used it, so it can be huge. But Vig is really the only person that can kind of cancel it out here at the moment. It comes out, doesn't stick onto anyone, so it's kind of a wasted ultimate there by Sky. But the Penguins still continue to push. Sleepy G able to get some revenge there onto that Tracer duel, but they immediately get taken out by Gizmo. Now here comes, like you said, the Kitsune rush. Do we see the visor get popped out here by Vex? Looks like they're gonna hold onto it here for the moment. Myfield's coming out from Gizmo, not gonna find anyone as everyone from the Duckies able to escape. Now the visor comes out from Vex, desperately just trying to find anyone, will not find anyone with it, and the Penguins playing smartly around the ultimates being used here by the Duckies.
Yeah, I think that visor came out from Vex more like to try to punish Gizmo since he was a little further ahead, but you're not really gonna kill 700 HP Ball when he's got both supports alive with a tactical visor at all. Oops, there you go.
You're good. Gizmo finds one pick off here to start everything up. Vig comes right back on a tray. Sleepy G taking out. Advantage Penguins here at the moment. TIE Fighter does have that bomb ready to go here. I'm wondering when they're just going to kind of chuck it into this fight because it could be huge, but Gizmo finds Drug right back. Vig out as well. Here comes the bomb. It has to be huge. They do find one, but the damage already done here in this team fight. The Penguins just starting to clean up as they round this final bet, and look at that. Gizmo on a 20 kill streak at the moment.
Yeah, that bomb from TIE Fighter, that was really questionable. His team is dead. He throws bomb, dies for it. He only gets one that gets resurrected, so that was really questionable from TIE. I honestly would have liked to have him save it for this point, for this last fight here, to zone the rest of GP off.
Pulse Bomb, though, does find Luna. Sky comes right back and finds the Kariko of the Duckies. However, Vex finds Chobi out, so no supports left alive now for the Penguins. Kills going back and forth. 1 DPS gone for each side. The Minefield's out on the card right now. You desperately see Gizmo trying just to bump people into them right there. Instead, they're just spiking into the ground. You look at this picture right now. There is a take on the field for the TIE Fighters, but they are de-mech'd, just desperately trying to get back into it right now. Sleepy G able to find Sky. Gizmo does find Vig, but TIE Fighter does have enough to get back in the and they're able to find 2 with the crush kill there. That's going to keep them in this team fight. Chobi, though, able to res Sky, but it doesn't matter. That double kill coming out from TIE Fighter keeps them alive, and it might be the only reason the Penguins don't fully complete Shambali Monastery.
Yeah, I don't know if that was just like a more concern on the card or more concern on another target, but I think TIE should have died way earlier than he should have. He was out of mech for the longest I've seen a diva be out of mech and be alive, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree with you. That should have been the first person they were going after, but instead, it seemed like they were focusing more on the supports there, and it comes back to bite them there. Because if you take care of that diva, it really makes it just the supports at that point. Not a lot of damage can come out from those supports.
Yeah, it just kind of showed that not killing TIE, or not killing the diva there, basically lost them that fight, not the map because FBRD hasn't attacked yet, but right there you see TIE was out of mech for almost the entirety. I think 1 minute was left on the timer when he's out of mech, and he gets it back at the very end of overtime. So I think he was out of mech for at least more than a minute and a half and somehow survived.
Yeah, but now let's see what the Penguins can do here on defense. We saw the Rubber Duckies do a great job holding this first point here until they basically got through the second turn, and then everything started to go the way of the Penguins here. It just comes down to trying to match what the Rubber Duckies did. And hell, like you said, either you're going to full hold them on this first point, or you're going to get very, very close to the end of the map and stop them there. And that's exactly what the Duckies did do to the Penguins. Let's see if the Penguins can do any bit different on their defensive round.
Yeah, look, FBRD coming out on what they ran on second and third, which I like because like the brawl attack into ball comp, it's not really fun to play. It's really hard to like kill anything. And the Diva basically counters ball and Pharah as is currently, so it is a good tank to run to try to counteract what GP wants to do.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised GP is coming out here on this ball comp. It's actually doing pretty good so far, but I have the feeling once Gizmo falls in the team fight, basically that's pretty much it for the Penguins right now. Doa, though, back on that pharmacy combo, gonna try to rain in as much damage as they possibly can. You see Gizmo just rolling around, spiking into the ground. Doa finds the first kill here on the Vex. Luna has to get healed up here by Chobi here, but the kills continue to go the way of the Penguins. Sleepy G, though, does find Sky. We will probably see the res come back out here from Chobi to get Sky back into this fight, as they essentially won that team fight there, and a good start here for the Penguins on defense.
Yeah, we're seeing Drug and Vic switch up to a Brigida Ana instead of the Lucio Kiriko. More standard with the Diva, I would say, and it does actually allow for better peel and against the Far, since Vic can take pot shots at Doha, so he has another thing to worry about on top of the Soldier and the Diva already.
Yeah, and look at this right now. Just Vex almost getting completely taken out there by a couple members of the Penguins. Instead, it's Sleepy G. Now Drug falls big as well. The minefield is actually invested in that fight there by Gizmo. Does find one kill there, and that essentially ends that team fight there, as you do see TIE Fighter and Vex able to escape. However, the time bank just slowly ticking down now. Almost 2 minutes left to go for the Duckies.
Yeah, and I think Doha's been relatively uncontested here just because the team of Gizmo is causing so much chaos with his engages, and Sky's just kind of taking the attention of Sleepy G. So Luna and Doha are just kind of left to do whatever they want to do, which is showing because Doha is just on a rampage on this far. They have to shut him down.
Yeah, Gizmo got slept there and purpled, and here we finally see that, like you said, Doa need to be shut down there. I don't think we're going to see the res come out there. Now the pulse bomb coming out there from Sky does not find anyone. Doa does have that barrage ready to go, but it's just too risky of a move to try to res them there. Smart play coming out from the Penguins. Vex, though, does have this visor ready to go. Has to run out of there. Almost loses their life. Purple coming out there onto Sky, but Doa right back in the fight. Finds Sleepy G right now. They're going to try to come back into this one fast and furious here. Here comes the visor from Vex. They're looking for anyone, but everyone on the Penguins just trying to play it safe now, hiding around corners. Gizmo, though, does find Vex to get rid of that visor there. A nice pick coming off there from the Penguins, get everything started. Now, the Kasuni Rush coming out here from Luna. Gizmo finds a second one there onto Drug. Both of the supports out of this fight already for the Duckies, and you see him fall back a minute to go, but they do have 3 ultimates ready to go. The Penguins, though, about to have 2.
Yeah, and the barrage Ty has to be on top of the barrage. He cannot allow in a single rocket to get through if they want to win this. If Vig or Drug drop. Did Drug get Fat Finger and Spawn?
Did he? That's a little bit unfortunate there, but Sleepy G does find Sky if that was the case. But nice start for the Duckies here. Minefield does come out here from the Penguins, but TIE Fighter finds Chobi. Doa does come back and find Big. However, the numbers going the way of the Duckies here. It's really only up to Gizmo. The Duckies will be actually able to come back into this team fight and pretty much win it after what might have been a fat finger there from Drug. Maybe he was closer than we thought.
Yeah, I couldn't see where he was, but Drug has fat fingered ultimates in before. He's a tank player on support. So, not like the most bad thing I've seen from him. Chobi and Drug are both actually tank players that are kind of been forced to play main support for their 2 respective teams this season. So, it is the duel of tank players on off roles.
Yeah, and this pulse bomb now coming out from Sky. Doa, though, has been sitting on this barrage for so long, and like you said, it's probably because of TIE Fighter in this Diva right now. They want to get rid of the mech, so they have a free reign here on the barrage, and immediately, look at that, they pop the barrage. It just gets gobbled up there by TIE Fighter. The kills go the way of the Penguins there, but you know exactly why you probably saw Doa hanging on to that ultimate for so long right there. Bomb now gonna come out. Won't find anyone. They're looking for another crush kill. Not gonna be able to get this time, though.
Again, Ty with the really questionable bomb. He just staggered himself there. bombing a remech is like a common thing amongst Demon players to get their mech back, but usually if their team is still alive. Ty was the only person left on point there, so really questionable why he bombed and tried to remech Pharah of all things.
Yeah, but now you see this Big does have this nano boost ready to go here. Vex very close to that Dragon Blade, so we could see the normal Dragon Blade or the Nano Blade coming out here, but we do see Vex fall very, very early in this team fight. Maybe now it goes to TIE Fighter here if they want to invest at this fight. They still do have some time left in the time bank. Vex is going to come back in this one, but Gizmo here looking like they're looking for the minefield to come out. Going to hold on to it here for the moment, as we did see Sky come out there and try to run away. Able to right now. Gizmo comes bowling back through everyone there on the Rubber Duckies. Just shots being rained in by both sides. Gizmo here, gonna pop that minefield down in the back, able to find Druck here, and look at how it boxed in the supports there for the Duckies. A nice minefield coming out for them. Gizmo also able to get the D-Mech there on the TIE Fighter. They're looking to find more here. They're going after Sleepy G right now. Sky finds Vex, Doa finds the D-Mech TIE Fighter, and Sleepy G out as well. A nice play there from the Penguins. Less than 15 seconds for the Duckies now.
Yeah, Duckies do have 4 ultimates coming here, but GP has 4 as well. So it's gonna be the who can withstand better. Drug another rally that I don't know where he is, but
Here comes the Dragon Blade. Doa, though, finds first blood here. This Blade not finding anyone just yet, and will not find anyone. The Dragon Blade, or the Nano Blade, not gonna be very useful in this fight, as everything continues to go the way of the Penguins. Diva gets D-Mech there. TIE Fighter is about to fall. Vex falls first, TIE Fighter second, and that will pretty much do it here on Shambali Monastery. The Galactic Penguins now sit on series point.
again, Vex, questionable swap to the Genji. Not really that many heroes to dive in what GP were running at all. I would have liked to see Vex stay on like maybe the Soldier or Cassidy, so then he can actually contest the Pharah in the air. But I don't know why he swaps to the Genji. There's not really that many dive targets to go on at all with the Genji, and it showed that all the heroes have so much mobility. Vex got no value with the Nano Blade.
Yeah, and it's one of those situations where maybe, this is one of the newest maps that can be played here in Trank. It came out. It's the second newest map in the game right now, only behind that of the Antarctic
Peninsula, yeah.
Yeah, so it might just be something where maybe the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies just weren't expecting to see this map be picked here, and it kind of caught them off guard, and instead of, like you said, maybe sticking with a Cassidy or going to another pick, they went with more of a comfort pick instead with that Genji.
Yeah, and that kind of came back to bite them. Next map type is Push. Some people argue that this map type is worse than 2CP, but you can't draw on it, so I argue that just because of that, Push is better than 2CP.
You're talking to probably one of the most vocal 2CP supporters here. So, yeah, rest in peace to that, Fs or whatever you want to do. But Push, I have to say, it is a fun kind of game mode here. I don't necessarily like it as much as 2CP, but I understand why it probably works a little bit better than 2CP in this game. Yeah,
Especially with lack of a second tank. 2CP was basically designed for 2 tanks. Push is designed for 1. Even if they tried to rework 2CP, I don't think it could work in 5v5, since most team comps are like double shield or anything like that. Especially I hate 2CP because that's where I ran into Bastion and Symmetra.
And you're talking to a Symmetra main.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's only 3 push maps in the game currently, and that's the only 3 they have to choose from: Colosseo, New Queen Street, and Esperanza. Colosseo is probably the toughest one to turn if you're in a deficit. Esperanza and New Queen Street, you can turn. I've seen teams in 100-0 deficit, or the deficit that MI7 was in last Thursday on Esperanza, and come back and win it.
Yeah, but we do have some swaps coming in here now. Cross is now coming in for Vex, it looks like. And we do know the map as well, but I'll make sure that the production has some time to get that ready. But, Galactic Penguins sitting on series point right now. Fire-breathing Rubber Duckies, I mean, it's been a close series throughout this entire one, but that last map just didn't seem like it played well into their playstyle. But now we can talk about what's the next map we're seeing. We will be going
to the lovely city of Toronto here to New Queen Street.
One of the first of the two push maps that was introduced with the launch of the game. New Queen Street is probably the most favorite push map of players in the current game, since there's only 3 push maps. But whoever takes the statue around the coast side in the first fight usually wins. If teams play low ground, it's not really that good, because if they have a soldier like some type of hit scan that can get the angle up top, they're just giving up free space.
Yeah, but now we go into the map and we see the fire-breathing rubber duckies coming out here, or
That's Galactic.
yeah, that's Galactic. Galactic coming out here on a Rhine. Haven't seen the Rhine.
I think Giz is trolling.
Yeah, they're trolling right now. Yeah, they're trolling. But Galactic Penguins, fire-breathing rubber duckies coming out on, honestly, what we kind of see them come out with a lot of the time. TIE Fighter sticking with the Diva here on this map, and I kind of feel like that works out for them a little bit better on this map than it did on the last one.
Yeah, a little more space to work with, but also more space for Doha to work with, because this has a really wide open skybox.
But we saw TIE Fighter completely eat up an entire barrage last map, and Doha really did struggle to get that barrage off at all. They only built up that one they had that entire round, and it basically was just completely eaten. But we already see Luna picking up the first kill here for the Galactic Penguins. Sky immediately following that one up there, and now they're looking for more. They're behind the entirety of the rubber duckies there, and it seemed like they didn't really know. Now Doha pushing up the pressure a little bit on these remaining members of the duckies here, just trying to find one rocket shot there onto Cross, but we see Doha instead being taken out by Cross.
Not really gonna matter, since Shelby does have the resurrection at a safe angle. They're just kind of investing on Cross, because Cross is the only thing besides Ty that can actually take out the pharmacy in the sky. Sleepy G can contest the Tracer. Well, that didn't work.
Yeah, so far the rubber duckies just kind of struggling to find kills. Cross so far picking up the only 2 kills for their team. Now TIE Fighter finally getting their name in that kill feed for a kill and not a death there, as they take care of Chobi. So no res up for the Penguins here at the moment, but they are being contested here very closely. And this is kind of something I expect to see on this map. Just the team that's not pushing the bot right there, trying just to hold it there as long as they can. But with TIE Fighter falling there, they're going to give up some space here to the Penguins now.
Yeah, this is where the team that usually 90% of the time, the team that caps first usually wins on push. So if FBRD wants a chance, they need to get onto that bot before GP gets a forward spawn, because if GP gets forward spawn, GP can at least guarantee 2 fights, because they have to fight at mid as well because of that forward spawn.
Yeah, but right now, Doha and Chobi in the sky right now, making sure they are just raining in damage. But we do see Big here pop that Kitsune Rush a little bit early, and it does go to their benefit, at least to start off, before Doha finds a trade kill right back on to Cross. The minefields now coming out here from Gizmo as they bowl through everyone. However, it looks like they need to go help out their Mercy there as they are just absolutely being pressured out there by TIE Fighter. Sleepy G able to find Chobi. That's Chobi not having a good time here recently, but the Penguins continue to push that bot. And do they get the first point here? No, they're so close, about a meter away, and they're able to get that first butt scratch there, and you'll immediately see him kind of fall back. Chobi getting the pad spawn there as they were able to actually get that forward spawn.
Yeah, I think that FBRD was so focused on whoever was behind them, which would have happened to be Sky, that they kind of just a Doha cap the point without really much resistance, and that's where it comes in here, because since GP got that, they can fight the mid again for point, and FBRD only has 3 meters currently.
Yeah, and you already see Doha trying to rain in a lot of damage right there. They do have a barrage ready to go. Here comes the Kitsune Rush from Luna. The beat has to come out from Drug to keep everyone on their team alive and supported in this one right now. Cross does pop that high noon, but instead gets killed by a barrage of rockets instead. Big though does find Doha right back, kind of evening things out. Pulse Bomb Stick does come out there onto Chobi there, but Drug able to take care of them first. Luna out as well. The Rubber Duckies starting to get some momentum in this one. They take care of Luna, and now they'll be able to kind of push this bot freely here, but they still have to deal with Gizmo. Doha actually coming back into this fight as well behind everyone. And look at this, they're trying to 1v1 Drug there, but Cross coming in for the save to keep them alive.
and find the kill on the Doa, but we do see Diva get DMAC. They do pop the bomb there and find Chobi. Luke, though, comes right back and finds TIE Fighter before they get back in that mech. The Penguins coming back, finding kills, starting to push that bot back up again. Gizmo taking care of Drug there. Well, now gets this bot back to probably this first little stopping point here, and will continue to push the barrier.
Yeah, no shade against TIE Fighter. Stop going for remix. You like the Kitty Kill can one-shot you.
You got. I mean, I'll be honest. He got the double kill, maybe, but you're probably right. He needs to stop going for the kills. But that double kill was sweet. However, at the moment, what is not sweet for the Rubber Duckies is that they are drastically down in the scoreboard right now. Luna finds Vig out here early, just after they pop their own Kasuni Rush. Cross, though, does find Doa back in the sky again. However, we do see them get res. However, Chobi does lose their life because of it. Now, Gizmo going after Cross. They're not able to confirm the kill just yet and will not be able to, as TIE Fighter able to take them out there. And now the Rubber Duckies gonna try to reset the spawn points.
Yeah, I think GP will get all their players forward spawn. Yep, Gizmo just barely gets it. So another fight is gonna have to take place here. This is where push can get scary, especially when the team gets forward spawn. You have to fight for mid. It just is a big mess half the time.
Yeah, and right now you see the Duckies do have the beat ready to go. They do have some other ultimates that could be ready here really soon, but it's really only that Barrage and Valkyrie right now for the Galactic Penguins. Now the Kasuni Rush is ready for Luna, but we see Cross just banging the hammer on everyone. But again, the Barrage comes out, and Doa only able to find Cross. Now the Minefield comes out here from Gizmo on point. Luna finds Sleepy G here, and TIE Fighter kind of in between a rock and a hard place, or might I say, just a mine and a mine right there. But Drug able to find Luna there as the Duckies continue to push this cart right now. Sky, though, finally able to get the D-Mech there on the TIE Fighter. The Galactic Penguins trying to get control of this mech, and actually they have retaken control of the mech, and it's kind of sitting around that midpoint right now as the fight goes on around them. Doa does find TIE Fighter there, and they're just still trying to continue pushing this mech. Doa also finding Drug there. Now they have a little bit of time here to kind of regain some composure as they push the mech.
Yeah, the other key to being in Pharmacy, besides like having Cross just dome her out of the air, is to play faster than the FAR wants you to play. So if what they're doing right now is not working, I think FBRD just has to just int on like Luna or somebody that is actually targetable by the dive, or that happens.
High Noon coming out there, able to find Doa. That was the only skull they saw. They took their opportunity, but they find another skull right away on the sky. Doa gets res back into this one, and now the kill's going back the way of the Rubber Duckies here. Now, Doa trying to get rid of this Lucio again. If you remember last time we saw this happening, it was the Lucio that ended up winning with some help there from Cross, but Cross fell way before this one. And now the Galactic Penguins were looking to round this final corner and almost into this home stretch here on push.
Yeah, especially looking at the timing too. It's only about 3 minutes remaining, and that's when it gets scary, especially when you're in a deficit, because you have to play perfect for the rest of the map if you want a chance at winning this.
Bomb coming out, not able to find anyone there from TIE Fighter. They're able to get back in that mech, but the Minefield now coming out from Gizmo, so is the Kasuni Rush from Big right now. For the Duckies, trying to get some momentum back in this game, but a lot of people on that team are low in health. Sleepy G has no health right now. They are dead. We see Doa here going after Cross, but Cross backs into a Minefield. TIE Fighter able to find Sky, though, so it's not a completely lost fight. Now here comes the Barrage. It's looking to be Ian again. No kills come from it right now, but they are very, very low. Big out of the picture. So is Drug. Now it's all up to TIE Fighter with no supports left on the map for them to heal them up. They're trying their best, but it's a 5v1 situation right there. They'll eventually get DMAC'd, and Sky will take him out with a swift punch.
Yeah, if FPRD only has one ultimate, being the Velk, Ty and Cross are getting close to theirs, but they have to play perfect if they have to play perfect from now on, especially with GP having that Minefield Velk. They have both supports and the biggest area denial ultimate in the game next to Molten Core.
Yeah, but right now, minute and a half ready to go. But you can see the Penguins here so close. Another Minefield coming out around the bot right now. 2 kills going the way of the Penguins, 1 kill going the way of the Duckies here. The Duckies have to try to keep themselves alive here, but with Drug falling there's no mercy, no reses left alive. There's no bomb there for TIE Fighter. TIE Fighter gets taken out. Gizmo gets taken out, though. Now it's just
Luna there and Sky against Cross. They're able to take him out there, but we do see Drug get back on that Lucio. And right now, the spawn advantage is in the Rubber Duckies' favor, and you do see it right there, a 3v1. Sky might just try to run away from this one, but they're not going to be able to. TIE Fighter takes them out, and however, so close, over 100-meter lead right now do the Penguins have with less than 45 seconds left to go.
Yeah, FBRD has doing every single fight from here on out if they want a shot at winning the map. If they lose one, it is game over. The only good news is that GP doesn't really have that many ults coming in. They have the Barrage and Velk, but if Ty is able to be on the spot, he can just eat that Barrage up and completely counter it.
Yeah, but we see Sleepy G duplicate into the Pharah there, but they immediately get taken out of it by Doa. TIE Fighter finds Shelby, Drug finds Sky. Are the Duckies here? They're finding kills. They're building some momentum here. Luna able to take care of Cross, but in my opinion, that doesn't necessarily matter for them right now. They need to keep pushing this cart right now. Sleepy G trying to take care of this Kariko in the back. Drug will help him out there as they continue to push the bot here. They will have, if they get to this first little stopping point here, they will have to wait for that butt scratch. And you look at the Penguins right now, they are about to come back stacked with ultimates.
Yeah, 4 ultimates on the board. Luna will probably get hers up during the fight. They do let, they did get the, FBRD get the fourth spawn, so there's a little tiny margin error to be available, but oh, that's big.
That is huge from TIE Fighter there. That might keep them in this one. And look, the butt scratch is gone. They continue to push. That's exactly what they needed, but they need Sleepy G and Cross here to build up their ultimates as fast as they can, because the Penguins here, like we were saying, stacked, almost 5 ultimates ready to go. Chobi gets Luna back into this team fight now. Valkyrie pop, Mines pop, Pulse Bomb pop. 1 kill going each way, another kill going the way of the Penguins here. That gives them the advantage. Now the Duckies need to try to find something, but Sleepy G's out. Doa barraging into the ground there, finds TIE Fighter's mech. The minefields take care of Cross, and that will do it for this map. That will do it for the series in the Battle of the Burbs. It is Galactic Penguins winning this one.
Galactic has only lost to FBRD once, and that was in Season 8. So ever since then, Galactic has had FBRD's number. It was looking very good for FBRD there, but there's a thing called ultimates, and GP had 5 of them coming into that final fight.
Yeah, and they had one really good kind of area defense ultimate there, being the minefield there from the ball that they had, and of the ball of Gizmo. And honestly, Gizmo did great throughout this entire series, but honestly, just kind of looking over everything, this was a very, very closely fought series. If you're only tuning into these last 2 maps, then maybe you're thinking Galactic Penguins might have just mistakenly dropped the map, but no, the first 2 maps incredibly close, and this last map incredibly close as well.
Yeah, both first 2 maps incredibly close. FBRD did take one off of GP this time. Shambali just didn't. Shambali, they looked a little bit lost. New Queen Street, they started to turn it, but it was a little too late into the series. And GP giving us a new look. They were basically Ramatra 1 tricks in the preseason. Now they're showing that they can play the ball as well.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta, build a false sense of just what teams have to expect from you. Coming out with that ball was probably the best thing they did this entire series, but they did also show some Ramatra throughout the series tonight, and the Ramatra did look very good as well.
Yeah, it looked good on the maps they played it. Kings Row was the only map they played. Was the other map they played on. They did drop it just because Ty just said no to every Annihilation because he had Shatter at the same time that Gizmo happened to have Annihilation. So that was probably the signal for Galactic to stop running the Ramatra if Ty was going to continue to be on that Reinhardt.
Yeah, but just looking over everything here, I think I know who I want to give MVP to tonight from this series here. I'll ask you who it is, who you think it is, and then I'll give you who, in my opinion, who it is for you.
I'm honestly gonna give it to Luna. She's the newest player on Galactic Penguins as their flex support. Was formerly a DPS player, so she's on a brand new role. She's playing from EU, so it's probably like 2 in the morning where she is right now, and she's on 140 ping and still doming people like it's nobody's business.
I actually want to give it to the Galactic Penguins DPS Doa. I feel like Doa was just scary on every map that we saw here tonight. And we're going to see a couple replays from Doa here right now. They did so much throughout this entire series. I feel like it's just, we focus on the tanks a lot, but just these DPS for both teams did so much to really help their teams out throughout this entire series tonight.
Yeah. Doha, former teammate of mine. I played with him in Season 8 on Strix, and he was probably one of the best flex DPSs in the tier back then, and it still shows that he is still really strong. He actually, he's been around for a while. I've actually known him before Trank, and he had a reputation of being like a meme person, but once he gets serious into the game, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and honestly, like, we saw Doa throughout this series. It's kind of just seemed like they started off hot and they never really got cold. We saw them play smart around that diva on those final 2 maps, being very, very cautious here to pop those barrages. But when they did, they always found 1 or 2 people, and it always just seemed like they were the right people they were going after.
Yeah, especially hitting either DPS or supports out of the fight. Especially supports. You lose supports. Supports are like the foundation of a house. You don't have the foundation of the house, it's going to collapse. That's basically what supports are in this game.
Yeah, but any final things before we sign off here for the night?
I think there's a couple more featured matches this week. Tomorrow, I think, is Devil Dukes versus Classified, and Thursday, Ragnarok Loki versus Trig. I'm just gonna call him Trig because I actually don't know how to say their name. Sorry, Geometric Org.
Actually, you are right. With one team tomorrow, tomorrow's featured matchup is the Devil Dukes versus the Fleet Angels there.
Okay, I was thinking of another one.
Yeah, no, you're fine, man. You're fine. But yeah, make sure everyone comes back tomorrow night to watch the Devil Dukes versus the Fleet Angels. I imagine it'll be as good of a series as this one tonight. Hell, maybe it might even be better. I want to also thank everyone behind the scenes, Laggy, Hippie, Milkster, and Nick. They were producers and our observers. They did a great job tonight. Nighthawk, you did great as well. It was great casting with you tonight, man.
Great casting with you too.
All right, so that will do it for us here at Tranquility. But remember, make sure to tune in tomorrow night at the same time for the Devil Dukes versus the Fleet Angels. Have a good night, everyone.
You don't need an invitation. I already know what you're saying. I love a little conversations, and I don't want you to go changing. Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. I hope that you just feel it all too. Cause girl, you're comfortable, let's go. Feel so good just when I roll through. And I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the cold. Situation. We don't spend time hesitating, and I wouldn't say we're crazy in love. I would just say we're crazy enough. Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. You just feel it all too. Cause girl, you're comfortable, let's go. Feel so good just when I roll through. And I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the cold. hit the town. We don't really care who's around. But baby, I'm with you if you gon' be down. 'Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. I hope that you just feel it out too. Girl, you're just so comfortable. 'Cause girl, you're comfortable. It just feels so good just when you're on through. I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. It's true. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me catch you on the cold air. I don't know what you do. Yeah. Let me get you on